Do I think Rikka is ruined because of Euros? Everybody now knows about it and can prepare against it. No. I don't think it was the surprise factor that made Rikka a good deck, though that 100% helped when players can't read cards. I do think that the deck is legitimately good. Just because you can prepare for one card combos that contribute off your opponent's boards doesn't mean that you know, how do you prepare for that actually? Like, what do you do? So guys, what do you think are the best decks in Yu-Gi-Oh? Plunder Patrol. Hey, we found a TJ fan. Despia Brandon. I got mad respect for Despia Brandon. I really do. I think it's a great deck. Blue Eyes, Mad Cope, Phantom Knights, Bigger Cope, Salomon Great Best Deck. We're both coping. Tier Limits plus Virtual World. Why don't you just say Tier Limit? It's already been proven as a great deck. Ignister, Black Wings, Marisa. So it's pretty apparent. All of you guys are glue eaters. We got Guru Control, Gravekeepers. You guys are fucking glue eaters. No one mentioned Sprite, which is fair. I hate the strategy too. We got a Despia Brandon, a Pure Punk, some reputable decks, some pretty good decks. No one mentioned the best deck of all time in Sword Soul. All right, well, I'm kind of disrespected. Did he really just say Dark Magician? Yo, all right. Get the out of here. Go home. First of all, y'all need to put some respect on Rikka's name. Deck's literally cracked. It is not a fluke that it won the 2022 European Championship. Like, it's ridiculously good. A pure trap deck. Sheesh. A trap deck for your peers. All right. I ain't see that one coming. No, he said a peer, not pure. A peer trap deck. Why is Rikka good now and not 4 years ago? Excellent question. That's a ridiculously good question. Power of the Elements gave us 2 cards. One of the cards is Rikka Princess, which allows us to be able to shuffle it from the hand or graveyard into the deck to be able to negate the activation of monster effects. Now that is actually extremely good because it can allow you to play through hand traps and your opponent's board. The only downside is that the Rikka strategy is based off of tributing plant monsters on your side of the field, but there's always a way around that when you want to be a good deck. Rikka is like a better layer of darkness. Like it is a waifu layer of darkness. It's that ridiculously good because of its new field spell in Rikka Konkon. What Rikka Konkon does is that while you control a Rikka monster, you can set a free Rikka spell or trap card to your side of the field, but its best effect is that you can tribute your opponent's monsters to activate your Rikka card. Now, in case you didn't understand how terminology works, for the Rikka strategy, everything before that semicolon is cost, meaning that cost must be played on the declaration of a monster effect. So if your opponent has a monster like Totally Awesome on their side of the field, and you have Rikka Konkon on your side of the field, and you use the effect of a Rikka monster that tributes an opponent's monster, the first thing to happen is you tribute your opponent's monster, and then you activate its effect. It literally makes the deck that ridiculously cracked. Thought it was a tier 0 format. How did Rikka survive the Sprite tier domination? Both the tier limit and the Sprite strategy set up boards that can't stop Rikka Konkon. And I'm going to go out on a limb and say for the European Championship, people did not read Rikka Konkon or just assume that Rikka strategies had access to another Konkon, which, I mean, it's not hard to do. If you let that field spell resolve, it literally breaks any Sprite and tier limit board they can make before they can even start making their board. Does Rikka have any other archetypes that can mix with it? Yes, there's actually the Sun Avalanche strategy that works really well with Rikka. There's a spell card Unexpected Die, which allows you to special summon Sunseed Genius Loki, and that Sunseed Genius Loki is full Rikka combo without having to ever commit your normal summon. If your opponent does stop mid-combo, like what occurred like Ash Blossom or something like that, you still have plant monsters on your side of the field and your normal summon, so you can literally just commit with your Rikka cards after that. And basically, in case you didn't know, the best cards, like the best Rikka cards, Rikka Petal allows you to search a Rikka monster from your deck to your hand. Rikka Muddin allows you to be able to search a Rikka spell and trap card from your deck to your hand. So think Rikka Konkon. Snowdrop the Rikka Fairy allows you to special summon itself alongside of a plant monster and can modify its levels. And Primula the Rikka Fairy is like, it feels really mid, but it's a free special summon to your side of the field when a monster on your side of the field is tributed. And that works really well with your deck because not only is it a level 4 monster, it also is just an additional extender to be able to continue on with your plays. Rikka Sheet allows you to negate an opponent's monster and can take it. And keep in mind, these spell and trap cards in Rikka Glamour and Rikka Sheet, they're optional to tribute a plant monster. So if you don't have an opponent's monster to tribute or a plant monster to tribute, you can still gain one of their 2 effects. So that's pretty cool. What's literally ridiculous is that Rikka Cone is not once per turn. Like, it's not a heart once per turn. You can just activate another one and then tribute another one of your opponent's cards. What kind of board this deck can set up when going first? That's a very good question. I'm just gonna go ahead and show it to you. There's a 1-card combo with this deck, and I was gonna use it to clap up June, but now since the cat's out of the bag, I'm gonna share it with you. This is full combo. This is the literally full combo, just 1 card. Meaning that if you used a card like Unexpected Die to summon Sensi Genius Loki, you can get full combo without committing your normal summon. Summon Loki, link Loki into Dryas effect, add the Sowing, activate Sowing's effect. You're going to use that to special summon Sunseed Twin, and then you're going to activate Sunseed Twin as Chain Link 1, targeting your Loki, and then your Dryas is Chain Link 2. It doesn't matter which you summon, but I like to summon Healer just in case somebody says, Yu-Gi-Oh players, you're in time, and I go, Sunvine Healer effect. I'm going to gain 300 life points. You link off into your Aromatherapy Jasmine effect. Oh wait, no, you don't use Jasmine effect. Sheesh. Do not use Jasmine's effect. You're going to make another Dryas with your twin, and then you are going to make another Healer, and then trigger the effect of your Healer to target your Dryas to gain life points to trigger Jasmine. I like to add Muddin right here, strictly because if my opponent decides to hand trap me at any point in time from here on out, I can still go Muddin's effect to be able to get my Rikka Cone and get my trap card to still be able to disrupt my opponent, and I still have my normal summon, so it really is dependent on what else happens. Now I'll use Jasmine's effect. I'll summon Rikka Petal to my side of the field. Petal will then activate. I'll add the Rikka Snowdrop to my hand, and there's actually like a ton of combo lines from here. I think the best is just to activate Snowdrop, tribute off, summon your Muddin to your side of the field, or your Snowdrop. Your Muddin will activate to be able to search you a Rikka spell or trap card. Please add the field spell. Go ahead and activate Rikka Arrival here. And now since I control Rikka monsters, I have 2 options here. I can set the Rikka Sheet, which is the negation in the mind control, or I can set the Rikka Glamour. I'm gonna set the Rikka Glamour. We're then gonna use Snowdrop Rikka Fairy, targeting itself. Use these 2 for an Exceed summon into your Teardrop the Rikka Queen. We can go ahead and activate our Rikka Glamour. We're going to use this effect to tribute a plant monster. Hopefully we can tribute our opponents, but if not, it's no biggie. We actually tribute the Muddin, which is a little better. We'll add Primula, and then of course we'll add the Princess from our deck to the hand. Trigger the effect of your Primula to summon itself to the side of the field. Then special summon your Princess to the side of the field. We'll use them both for an Exceed summon to Strenna. Strenna then activates her effect, detaching the Snow Princess to add Muddin. Muddin tributes off the Strenna to summon itself, which will trigger the effect of Strenna. We'll use Strenna to be able to summon, I could never say this card's name right, Hyperiton. Summon it and then attach it. And then, oh look, a plant monster and another plant monster. We're gonna link those off. Melius here. Melius effect will trigger to be able to summon the Sunseed Genius Loki. And then we will link summon into the Bagel Lancer. This combo that we have here was all done with 1 card. I think it's the most ridiculous thing about this deck. Bagel Lancer allows you to be able to target an effect monster your opponent controls and then bounce it. Harry's gives you a monster negate, but if of course you get spell or traps onto it, it gets you that too. Teardrop the Rikka Queen allows you to tribute your opponent's monster. And when my opponent activates a monster effect, I can tribute off their monster on their side of the field because I have Cone on the field to be able to negate that effect. It is literally ridiculous how this deck works with just 1 card, and that's just the Sunvalon engine to make a board that is this ridiculous. What would be the best cards to side in against Rikka? Anti-Spell Fragrance. This deck is really reliant on being able to activate its spell cards. Besides Anti-Spell Fragrance, do any other back row removal cards hurt the deck? So like using Cosmic Cyclone something on the Rikka Cone is never a bad idea, but the problem with that is if they have another Rikka Cone, then you're kind of still back to square one, so that sucks. Do I think Infinite Impermanence on Jasmine is fine if it didn't use his normal summon? Well, if they just so happen to have a Lone Fire Blossom or a Rikka Petal in hand, you wasted your Infinite Impermanence. And that's what makes this deck so resilient, is because it can, you know, like when you hand trap it, a lot of times it can just keep playing. There can be only one is great against this deck. It's awesome. Side in 3 Mask and Restrict. I mean, I guess that is a way to beat it. It also works against Flu too, so that works. Does Zombie World counter it? Yes. Zombie World does counter it. Oh shit. Yeah, you're right. Ironically, this deck has a weak Despia matchup. You know, not a lot of players are playing Despia right now. Despia does have access to Zombie World. You can main board, there can be only 1 inside of the deck. Inherently is weaker to Despia. Is the deck Ultra Rare, Super Rare, Heavy, and Master Duel? The two best cards for this strategy aren't out in Master Duel. Can I pick up chicks by playing Rikka? You can cheat and say that you touch grass by playing Rikka. Is Rikka worth buying now? I mean, if you're a baller, it doesn't matter. But if you're a budget player, it's way too expensive now. Most Rikka cards look under 18. You know, the good thing about this is that I never said anything about Rikka and the way they look. Yo, dog, we ain't trying to be Elvis in here. Nobody ain't trying to catch no case. Come on now. I gotta stop picking on R. Kelly. I laugh because I keep thinking about that Boondocks episode, guys, where Riley is like, what does he say?
And if R. Kelly goes to jail, I'll piss on your cat.
Can you confidently say this deck will be meta in the next 6 months? Hell yeah. I said the deck was meta before it won the entire event. This deck is ridiculously cracked, man.